Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of F1 2020 career season here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Last race weekend was not too bad out in China. It could have gone a lot worse. I felt like us getting those points actually really helped towards our constructors standings, and Spain is a track that I'm not overly confident at, and the car doesn't have the best powertrain. So I think it'll be quite difficult this weekend to actually get any points, but we'll see what we can do. We're also going to spend some of our money and actually get some perks for ourselves, so we can get some better social media, look after the car better, and when we talk to in our interviews, we know what to say better. Luca Giotto's racecraft and awareness and pace has gone up. His experience is still 33, but he's improving as a driver. And yeah, so we're going to hear for the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend. We do have that facility upgrade unlocked on the chassis department, so we have 2 upgrades coming for the chassis department. I'm waiting for those to be done before I can do anything. So we're going to go straight into qualifying here in Q1. I hope we can get out of Q1. We should be able to after China, where I took a massive gamble and thought I don't want to waste any tyres, and it wasn't even enough to get us out of Q1, unfortunately. So we're just going to do our qualifying lap here. We're down into turn 1, nice and easy on the brakes. Again, as per usual, I'm going to try and get a banker lap in for my first lap. Make it nice and clean. That way at least we have a lap in the bag before we really start trying to push the car out. Go forward. We're going to fast forward to the next part of the lap now. This section's always very difficult. Oh, we catch it, but there's a lot of time lost there, unfortunately. And we skip to the end of the lap, and not a brilliant lap, I'll be honest. Yeah, we're down in 21st at the moment, so we definitely need to go again after losing that much time as we did. So we do have to push on this next lap to make sure we do get ourselves out of Q1. Last turn's always very difficult around Spain. You have to get it just right to get a good exit off the corner, propel yourself through. We do not have a very good power unit in this car at the moment. Although we have the Mercedes engine, we haven't upgraded it ourselves yet. So we need a good exit as best as possible to actually be able to be nice and quick along the straights. So we're going to go through the corners now. Down the gears, through this corner, nice and easy on the power. Down into gear 2. Easy on the power now. 2/10 up on our original time. That's very good so far. Down into gear 2. Almost a second up on our previous time, which is proves how slow our previous time was. Will it be enough for us to get out qualifying or get out Q1? It should be. We did hit the gravel there, lost a little bit of time. Oh, a bit of a sloppy exit there. We were a second up on our time and he's gained a bit of time here. Oh no. Too much speed going into the corner. We did cut the corner. It has gained us a lot of time, in fairness. Surprised we didn't get a bad lap time for that. It puts up to P17. Wow. End of Q1. We need a good lap here to get us out of qualifying 1. At this point, we're not even going to make it into Q2. I thought this could be an issue here this weekend with not having the best power unit in the world. Up through the gears, try and get a nice exit out of this corner. Don't go too far over that white line. Keep it on the tarmac. Down 4 gears now. Locked up a little bit on that right front. Back on the accelerator now. 3/10 up. This is good so far. Down to gear 2. Early on the power delivery, there we go. 4/10 up on our time now. This corner is going to pay a lot. Here we need a good exit out of this corner, which we did get, so we're going up even more. Still 4/10 up on our previous time. Oh, a bit of a sloppy exit there. Didn't actually cost us too much time. Now going to go down into gear 2. Nice, easy through the corner here. Try and get a good exit. Down and up into gear 3 rather. Still 4/10 up on our time. Lost a little bit of time through that exit. We changed gear too early, I think, and didn't put the power down enough. We weren't aggressive enough on the throttle. I'm too worried about bending it and spinning the car around. Too much speed through that corner again. I need to sort of get that corner a bit right, to be fair. But we're now 7/10 up on our time. Let's see where this is going to put us. P10. So we do get out of qualifying 1, which is quite a relief. I doubt we're going to be anywhere in Q2. We're not going to get into Q3, that's for sure. But we shall see what happens. Let's see what kind of lap time we can put in comparison to everybody else. Not a good exit there. Not a good exit there. Try and get early on the power. And just see what lap time we can do. Down into gear 4. We could have gone a bit late on the brakes there. That was a bit early on the brakes. Try not to spin the car. Just get a lap in. See where it puts us. I don't think we might not even be doing another lap here. We might not even have the pace to beat any of these guys. You might actually end up staying in P15. But need to get a lap in just to see where we would be. It's always worth trying to get a lap in to see possibly where we could be on this lap. We locked up the left front a little bit there. Early on the power. Oh, the rear end stepped out from us on the ground. Especially with this car with little downforce as it has. This car does not have enough downforce to do that section successfully, in my opinion. So we're 6/10 down on Gasly's time. I don't think we're getting out of Q2 at all. Let's see if we can maybe possibly come in front of Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo. Do a corner, a bit of a better exit. Didn't cut the corner. Good exit out of this corner. Where does it put us? It still puts us P15, 1 second behind Pierre Gasly there. So yeah, we're going to go into the race now. And yeah, that wasn't the best qualifying session, I will admit. We at least got out of Q1. We did better than China in the previous weekend. It is a bit of a worry we're not starting a bit further up, but got to do our best, haven't we? Got to boost our acclaim here. Team is gelling really quickly. Right, end of the interview. Right, into the race.
Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying set.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Right, let's see what we can do in this race. Starting P16. 5 red lights, and away we go. Not a bad start there from us. Short shift up through the gears into Richmond, put our ERS on and turn it back off again. We're still going to use the same tactic I used in the previous race of saving our ERS a little bit for later on in the Grand Prix. Up into P14, P15 now. We started in 16th. We're getting 1 position so far in this opening lap. Not brilliant, but it's conservative, and we still are in the race. There's a crash out behind. I think it's one of the AlphaTauris that's crashed out. Hopefully Luca Giotto got through all of that all okay. We want him to have a good race here, boost his confidence up a little bit. Can we go down the inside of Gasly as everyone's trained up? We're going to go down the inside of 2 cars possibly here. Double move into that left-hander on Ocon and Gasly. They were going very slowly. We made the most of that situation. They gave us a bit too much space on the inside. I mean, in fairness, they probably didn't expect that move. So that's probably why they gave the space, because they didn't realise that I would be diving it down the inside. So next up, we've got Daniel Kvyat. He'll be very difficult to get. And we're going to go down the inside again. We're going to try and make the mistake again. A little bit of wheel bashing there. And also check out the bollard as well. Kvyat won't get off our sideboard. He's still trying to go. He's still trying to get around us. He didn't like that move that we put on him. And we are past. Next up, Carlos Sainz in 11th. I feel like Carlos is going to be very difficult to overtake, because that McLaren has a lot of speed. That McLaren is rather a quick car in general. Also in a straight line in comparison to us. We go up into P11 now. I think somebody retired out of the race. I believe it was Lando Norris. So we are in P11. But Sainz is pulling away from us. Again, Daniel Kvyat trying to get down the inside of us. He doesn't quite make the move stick. And we're going to keep our position here. We do have a very worn out turbocharger. You can see our engine icon is on yellow. So we have to be careful of the wear on that turbo. Hopefully the engine doesn't fail us midway through this race. We are not on for any points at the moment. We're on the grass. And Kvyat gets past us there. Mistake on my behalf. We basically just handed the position back to Daniel Kvyat. So we have to now get back on and chase him. I believe his car will be quicker than us. So we have to try and keep close to him and close him down and get that position back. Because P11, the good thing about being P11, if somebody in the top 10 does retire or pull out the race, you are the person that will collect that final point. So although we're not going to be able to challenge for points because these cars in front of us are too quick, if we can stay in P11, if somebody retires, we may end up pulling a point away from this race weekend. So that is the aim here, trying to get as close as we can to Daniel Kvyat to try and make a move possibly down into turn 1. Through the corner there, cut the corner a little bit there, a little bit cheeky on our behalf, trying to get a good exit and trying to get as close as we can to him. Open the DRS flap and enable ERS. He does have the Honda engine, so our car should be quite quick in the straight line in comparison to him. We do have the Mercedes-Benz engine. Can we send it down the inside? We do send it down the inside, a bit of a late braking move. And we are up into P9 effectively, but the cars have come in the pit. So technical P11 so far in this Grand Prix. Not too bad so far. Good start. Got past Daniel Kvyat. Made up for our mistake, which was needed. We're currently 3/10 up on our personal best. A very good lap, opening lap. Proves that our DRS does make a difference here at Spain with that really long pit straight. In comparison to other circuits where the pit straight isn't quite as long. Enable our DRS, or our ERS again. I keep saying DRS. I do it every episode, guys. You know it by now. And we're going to come into the pits now on lap 6. With Daniel Kvyat actually following us into the pit box as well. Let's see if he either gets held up in the pits or we can get an advantage from him. Hopefully our crew can give us a good pit stop and keep us in front of Daniel. We actually almost come out in front of Carlos Sainz. So the guy in front of us who is technically in P10 is only just in front of us now out of the pit box. I need a flying out lap here because we know that McLaren is rapid. So I need a good lap here to try and stay close to him. We're 1.2 seconds behind. 1.3 seconds. I think that car's got too much pace. We'll try our best on this lap because I know otherwise he will just pull away from us. I was hoping he was going to come in and put on the hard tyres, which means we would have been closer. But we skipped to lap 11 now and he's 6 seconds in front. So we're definitely not catching Carlos. So the rest of this race is basically going to be trying defending from Daniel Kvyat and his teammate Pierre Gasly behind us, trying to keep an RP11 spot, hoping that somebody in the top 10 has an issue or crashes out or something like that, so we can maybe pick up a bonus point. But at the moment it doesn't look like we're going to be doing that at all. But try and hold our position as best as we can. Wherever you finish in the race does matter towards the constructors anyway, no matter where you finish, because if you got no point it still matters on who, if you finish above the team or person below you anyway. And we are going to be fighting with AlphaTauri this season, I believe. I don't think we're going to be fighting with McLarens in the constructors, so it's going to be AlphaTauri and Renault. And one of the Renaults is behind us, and we do have the 2 AlphaTauri cars behind us as well.
Teammate behind is 9.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 17th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 20.2.
So the Luca Giotto down in 17th. I don't think he's going to be doing any or making any progress this race. We knew that coming into this weekend this track was not our best track on the calendar. A, not for our car. We do not have a very good power unit. And then B, just for me as a driver anyway, I'm not very confident around this circuit, I will be honest. So yeah, I think staying in P11 at the moment isn't actually that bad of where, considering where we qualified in P16, I don't think P11 is overly bad. So I will take that at the moment. So we're still on lap 12 out of 17. Trying to get a nice exit through this chicane section onto the last corner. Full throttle on the power. We don't want Daniel Kvyat to challenge us into turn 1. And I feel like he may possibly try and make a move here. And we're going to skip now to lap 17 with Kvyat still behind us. With the second back, so we have 2 laps remaining. And Kvyat is still behind us. And the whole of this race when I was racing it, it was the same scenario. Kvyat didn't really want to make a move on me. He was never really close enough to make a move. So I was sort of just trying to set as consistent laps as possible to keep in front of him. No one has pulled out the race in front of us. Carlos Sainz is 10 seconds in front. I know we pitted 11 laps ago, and he's nearly a second a lap quicker than us, which is not good. Which means we need to develop this car a little bit quicker if we want to be challenging for points more consistently than we are now. But with this race weekend, we never knew points. We always thought that points were never going to be on the board. Especially where we qualified. In general, how quick the car was. A little mistake there. Rear end stepped out on us. Daniel Kvyat is going to close in on us a little bit here. Through the chicane section, trying to get a good exit, and don't allow him to attack into turn 1. This will be his last opportunity to attack into turn 1, so I'm going to use up as much ERS as possible, use up a lot of fuel here just to make sure he does not try and make a move into the turn 1. He is gaining quite rapidly here. 310s, 210s. Is he going to make a lunge into turn 1? He thinks about it, but he doesn't. We still defend from him. So that's why saving on my ERS for the final few laps of the race earlier when I was very conservative with it really does come into handy. If I had no ERS there, that was an easy move for Daniel, but we had 20%, so we could use our whole straight with our ERS deployed and our overtake button on, so we could defend quite easily from him. He didn't even make a move on the inside, so when you have a power unit which isn't quite as powerful as ours, that's something you need to bear in mind and need to use to your advantage. Lewis Hamilton comes across and wins the Spanish Grand Prix. He is dominating this season, unfortunately for our, well, I'd say unfortunately, we're never going to be challenging him, are we? But it's nice to see a Brit on the podium and winning the Grand Prix, because it's not going to be us for quite a few races, I don't think. Anyway, good race today. Quite a long race here at Spain. It is quite a long race with 17 laps and a 1 minute 20 lap time. We did keep this race nice and consistent. And we finished P11 in the end. So not a bad Grand Prix for us. We'll take it P11 here at the Spanish Grand Prix.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
We do get driver of the day, which is quite impressive here. Starting P16, finishing P11. That's quite a generous driver of the day, I believe.
They've done it then. A spectacular victory here in Spain and a massive confidence boost going in. And I can see
So Mercedes win the race. Hamilton from Bottas from Verstappen, probably going to be the same order throughout the rest of the season. So I finished at 11th, and where did our teammate finish? 17th. Started 20th, so not bad from Luca Ghiotto. Did make a few positions up. Lando Norris didn't even get in. Well, Lando Norris DNF'd. We do get driver of the day. Looking at the standings, we've gone down to 8th place, and the constructors we've gone down to 6th. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you did enjoy, smash the thumbs up button, and until next time, bye for now, and I'll see you soon.